with Mage, and this is part of our Lunch and Learn series, Mage Pro plus DBT. I want to apologize earlier about our technical difficulties, and this is going to be a re-recording of our Lunch and Learn that was earlier in this afternoon. But I just wanted to introduce what our Lunch and Learns kind of are, but they're quick 10 to 15 minute live training sessions. And today we'll be giving a brief overview and walkthrough of Mage and DBT. Per usual, we also answer any questions, but since this is a recording, we'll be asking for you to leave questions in the comments for us. And I'll remind you of that at the end as well. So a little bit about me. Prior to a career in data analytics, I was a local law enforcement officer. I spent 7 years of my career as a cop, and then worked as a data analytics consultant in the federal government for 5 years. And then for the last 6 months, I've been working in developer relations at Mage. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Mage, Mage is a data pipeline tool for transforming and integrating data. We offer 2 versions of Mage. One is the Pro version, which is for teams. It's a fully managed platform for integrating and transforming data. And the OSS self-hosted version, which is a system built to build, run, and manage data pipelines. So some advantages to choosing Mage Pro are there's no need to worry about infrastructure. We'll handle all of that for you. You get access to new and advanced features. You can have custom feature requests and 24/7 support. So what's a DBT block in Mage? Well, Mage integrates with DBT to schedule tasks, manage dependencies, and allocate resources. It handles complex transformation steps and multiple environments, ensuring DBT jobs run efficiently and in the right order. This setup can grow with increasing data needs and different project requirements, making it suitable for organizations of any size. So why should you use Mage, DBT's integration with Mage? You can mix the use of Python, DBT, and other blocks in your pipeline. You can easily schedule DBT runs alongside other pipeline tasks, ensuring that transformations occur in the correct sequence and at the right times. You can also access, monitor all of your data processes in one place, simplifying management and reducing context switching. So here's what we're going to learn today in our demo. We'll initialize a DBT project in Mage, build the profiles.yaml file, build the DBT project.yaml file, and we'll sync our data model to Google BigQuery. So let's go ahead and go into our Mage Pro environment. And we'll start off by creating just creating a new pipeline. So we'll start from scratch. We'll use a batch. We'll select a batch pipeline, and we'll call this DBT demo live. And we'll tag this with my name and DBT, and go ahead and create a new pipeline. Okay, so the first part of creating a DBT pipeline is we will need to initialize the DBT project. So we'll go into our Mage terminal, and we'll cd into our default repo and the DBT folder within the default repo. So we will go ahead and initialize our DBT project, running DBT init, and we'll just call our project DBT demo. So as you can see, Mage, the Mage terminal prompts you with creating your profiles.yaml file. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We're using Google BigQuery as our data warehouse. So we'll go ahead and select number 6, hit enter. We're going to do a service account. So we'll hit 2 and enter. And then we will have our Google credentials.json file stored under our default repo. This is a key step you'll need to do. You'll need to download your credentials.json file and add it within this file path. So we'll hit enter there. We'll go ahead and add our project ID. Hit enter. And our data set within BigQuery is called Mage tutorials. Mage tutorials. We'll use 4 threads, 300 seconds. Select 1 for the US. And this is built our, this is what ahead and built our DBT project and our profiles.yaml file. So we'll go ahead and refresh here because I don't see the project yet. And here's our DBT demo project here and our projects.yaml file. Oh, excuse me, I opened our DBT project. I meant to open our profiles.yaml file. And we'll go ahead and scroll down because we'll want this last. We'll want to copy this last profile here. And then we're actually going to add a file, this profiles.yaml file under our DBT demo. So we'll right click and create a new file. We're going to call this also profiles.yaml. And we'll go ahead and create this file. We'll select it. And then add our YAML configuration. We'll save this file and go ahead and close this file editor application. The next step we want to take is we will go ahead and cd into our DBT project that we created called DBT demo. And we'll go ahead and run DBT debug to check our connection to BigQuery. Okay, we're getting an error here. Let's go ahead and go back to our DBT demo. We'll have a profile.yaml file. profiles.yaml file here. Everything looks correct. Let's try running this again. Okay, it said it couldn't find. Okay, I copied it. It looks like I copied in the wrong profile. Should be this profile right here. Okay, I had the wrong profile copied into our profiles.yaml file. So let's go back to the terminal. We'll run dbt debug one more time. And this should work now. All right. All checks passed. We're connected to BigQuery. And we can go ahead and start building out our pipeline. So to build out our pipeline, first, we are going to want to add a bronze folder to our models folder. So we're just going to name this bronze and create. So I have a bronze folder. We're going to go ahead and add a SQL file to this folder. So we'll select new file, and we're just going to call this, we'll call this dbt test demo bronze.sql. Go ahead and create that file. And then our next step is to go ahead and add our materialization that we're going to use to our dbt projects.yaml file. So we'll go into dbt projects.yaml and we will add our materialization being incremental for our bronze table. We'll go ahead and save that, close it, close the file editor. And now we are going to go ahead and create our first block. So we're going to create a data loader block by clicking the blocks button, hovering over loader, and then we will select the base template generic. We're going to call this get data dbt demo. And we'll go ahead, save and add. I have some pre-written code that we can go ahead and copy in. This code just creates some patient data. You'll see diastolic and systolic blood pressure plus pulse. It's all fake. You can see it's run by the Faker library. So we'll go ahead and run this. Should complete here in a second. Okay. It completed. You can see our sample here by scrolling over to the right. You get 10 rows returned, but or like in the sample, but you can see that 20,000 total rows returned. For sake of aesthetics for right now, we'll go ahead and minimize this block. so that we can go ahead and add our DBT block. So again, we're going to select the blocks button. We're going to hover over DBT, and we're going to select the single model or snapshot from file selection. And this opens up a kind of a gallery here, so you can add different files from your different projects. But we will go ahead and select DBT demo. We'll select our DBT test bronze demo SQL file, and we'll add it to our pipeline. Okay, let's go ahead and connect our blocks here. And we'll hit enter and see if that refreshes our files here. And it does. You can see that our Mage sources.yaml file was created for us. And we're going to do this because this source name and table name make up our source in Jinja for our DBT block. So we're going to go ahead and copy in some code for our DBT block. And we're going to want to change this source here. Our first is going to be this Mage DBT demo. So we'll paste that here. And then also our DBT demo live name here. And we're going to add it as our second source. Okay, so we have gone ahead and added our SQL to our DBT block, and we've successfully gotten our Mage sources.yaml file created. So we'll go ahead and compile and preview our DBT block here. We'll let it run for a second. And you can see that we successfully created our table, and then we can go ahead and go back to our terminal. And we're going to cd into our project. So it's default repo dash dbt dash, I forgot what I called it. It's going to be dbt demo. And we're going to go ahead and run our DBT block. What did I call this block? DBT test demo bronze. So we'll run DBT test demo bronze. This will take a second, but it's running now. Okay, and you can see this completed successfully. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and check BigQuery now. So we'll refresh BigQuery. And you can see that our model is in fact in BigQuery. You can see that DBT test demo bronze is here. So everything was successful. We were able to initialize a DBT project, set up our different YAML configuration files, and then run a DBT block in Mage or a DBT model in Mage and sync it to Google BigQuery. That is it for the Lunch and Learn. For getting started with DBT. And once again, any questions that you have, we will be glad to answer them in the comments since this is a re-recording. Thank you and have a good day.